Greetings humans, Spinningmantis here, and I've got another game review for you. These are the best games of 2015 to 2017, and of course we are talking about Overwatch here. Now I wanted to do an Overwatch review because I will not be able to play Overwatch for a couple weeks after wrist surgery. It was fairly big surgery. Not going to be able to play on either the Xbox One or the PC for quite a while. Overwatch is pretty stressful on your wrist, so a warning about that. It is a fairly intense first-person shooter game, and what it does is it wraps everything up in a really nice package and presents a game that just about anybody can play. If you play shooter games on consoles, there's something you can get into. If you play World of Warcraft, there's something you can get into. You don't have to be able to shoot. You can do all sorts of different things in Overwatch and have fun and to contribute to your team. So, breaking it down, straight out the box, the graphics in Overwatch are amazing. I give the graphics a 10 out of 10. Just the sheer variety of skins and how well they are pulled off. The graphics are super tight, super smooth. Nothing slows down during a match. It doesn't take a amazing system to run Overwatch with everything turned on. And it is really good bridge between being stylized and cartoony, but also being very realistic. The textures are great, the lighting is great, the character design is great, all the little touches they put into the characters, the sheer number of cosmetics. So I'm giving 10 out of 10 as far as graphics go for Overwatch. For a shooter game where so much is going on, this impresses with the perfect blend of fun and realism. Then as far as gameplay goes, I'm going to give it an 8 out of a 10. It's not the best shooter you've ever played, but tries to do so many different things, including non-shooting things, that you have to give it credit for all the different types of gameplay it is trying to cram in there and doing it fairly well. So, it's nothing revolutionary, but it does try to do an awful lot. If you just play a tank in World of Warcraft and you want to protect your team, there is something you can do where you just hold a shield and swing a hammer. There's people who are dedicated healers who do nothing but heal. Essentially, you don't have to shoot with every different class. So the gameplay is varied, but again, it is nothing revolutionary. It is a strong 8 out of 10. And then as far as story goes, so you may think I'm rating this too high. I'm going to give story a 7 out of 10. Now, there is no single-player campaign in Overwatch. There's barely any player versus computer, player versus environment in the game at all. There were a few limited time events with a little bit of a story. There is almost no story inside the game itself. It's all through extra stuff outside of the game, animated shorts, comic books, stuff like that. So there's no, there's so much there, and it's deep and it's interesting and it's fun, but again, within the context of the game, there really isn't anything there, so I'm generously giving it a 7 out of 10, because they really have gone the extra mile to sort of flesh out the universe in a game that's primarily multiplayer. It's an online multiplayer game. And then the next part is fun. I give it an 8 out of 10. So here's the thing. It can be super fun. At first, it's a 10 out of 10. And then after you play it longer, it can become frustrating. Certain parts of it can be frustrating. Other players, certain game modes, certain characters. So, while it is, generally most of the time fun, it can also be frustrating, especially if you're trying to, win and do well. And and that is not happening. So, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 as far as fun goes. So altogether, that averages out to be like an 8.5 out of 10 or like an 85 out of 100, which is a really, really strong rating. It is a game that I would recommend to anybody who likes playing action sort of games. Obviously, you have to, be into games where you're moving around a lot and in combat. So even if you like Tomb Raider, I think there's something you could like in Overwatch. If you like Call of Duty, obviously there's something you like in Overwatch. Destiny, Halo, and as I said before, even World of Warcraft. Any sort of game where you're involved in combat, moving around, using strategy. It applies to Overwatch, and I definitely think it's a game that you can give a try and see if you like it. There's always sales, there's free play weekends, but obviously it's held my interest for at least a year and has for a lot of other people. Blizzard really supports its products. They have many older products that they are supporting in perpetuity, essentially. So Overwatch will be here. It's never too late to join in. And so it's not a big deal that I'm going to have to take about a month off playing. I will have Overwatch videos back up in October, but I am going to let my wrist heal properly and not do any hardcore Overwatch playing in the next couple of weeks. I do appreciate all the support on the channel. If you like these videos, always helps out when you like, subscribe, share, and that's going to be all for now. Spinningmantis out. Namaste.